And so the dynamic, that the expectation of the investor on them, and we're privately held at Truck Accessories Group, so I understand, different investment prerogatives. Greg always tried, and Greg and Kurt is the son of the father, Tamburino, or I forget how you pronounce his last name. It was always Kurt T to me. And since they're no longer a factor in driving the business to be sold, I would have to defer to you in terms of what investment style Kurt Management has today in terms of its growth. Is it more margin? Is it more share? I would think it would have been more, since the acquisition was more readily available, I would have think it would have been more margin, but I couldn't tell you how well they did. They never did very well establishing tech centers in Michigan and trying to go after, the fringe minivan contract or whatever. I mean, they always touted their tech center or whatever, but, there's just such stupid margins with OEMs and such big penalties that never really paid. So,
Okay, so you haven't followed what's happening organizationally there.
Nope, I haven't.
So one of the strategies Kurt has tried to do in the last couple of years, dabbled in, is buying other accessory businesses, so sidestep businesses, bull bars. How compelling do you think is that fit for a hitch manufacturer to invest in other functional accessories outside of towing?
I don't think they have any choice. I don't see any huge expansion capability outside of what they're doing right now. There's not a lot of new technology until maybe electric vehicles bring a different technology. So if they're going to give a top-line growth as opposed to maximize margins, they have no choice but to step into areas where they already have a distribution footprint and a brand recognition, and they can champion the educational. Let's take Go Rhino. It's owned by the Mexicans. Their entree at Big Sky down in Mexico. Their entree into the U.S. is around grill guards and specialty adaptations to the truck, but it's niche. And so it's the niche markets where if you can own a controlling share or have the size advantage and the investment capability advantage, you can start, aggregate add-ons to your top line and have enough at the end for the bottom line. But the secret when you buy somebody is don't overpay. And there's cheap money has been a great boon for somebody who was willing to be expansive, and Horizon took it overseas, and Kurt kept that on shore. But when the money gets more expensive, that making money is hard.
Yeah, but the question is, I know that the channel here for aftermarket hitches are a little different than your typical truck accessories installer, right? There's a lot of U-Haul. A lot of things these things are not going on pickup trucks. Having a bunch of sidestep products, do you think that I'm trying to understand how much there is in the way of synergies, sales synergies, distribution synergies, by having an accessories offering when you're a
How often is the installer able to say, "Hey, do you want a sidestep too from whatever," or is it zero?
So, our whole future was moving away from being locked into the installer with our core business, where we were only going to sell X amount a year, into the automotive accessory marketplace. That's where Greg was headed, but he had to fill out his line first with all the things that installers needed, like brake controls and wiring, configurations and that sort of thing, and baskets and then cargo racks and that sort of thing. But where else can they grow in their core market when it's fairly saturated and they're, without sacrificing margin, except for the automotive aftermarket and accessories marketplace?
Okay, so you think I could see there probably would be some synergies. But for someone like Kurt, who hasn't played in the towing accessories market to the same degree Horizon did, do you see opportunities there to get more into the Hopkins business, more into the electrical